Hello everybody. Yes, today is 5th of April 2019 and I'm going to take you through the market overview for today. So today's contest, we're going to predict the price where we expect the Australian chef to close at. That's Australian dollar Swiss franc, where we expect the price to be at the end of today. So if your prediction is close to the actual price by the close of the day, then FreshForex will give you the bonus, the reward for that prediction. So let's move straight to our charts. We see what we have for today. And before we start, I want to say today is the end of the week. So our focus is going to be the possible trades. Even if the ones we had previously are not good, we're going to look at the ones which we expect to be finding for the day so that we see good trades and also the ones that we are going to trade over the coming weeks. So let's start off. Just a second. I have my chart lined up properly. We're here. So just below your screen, you can see there's a place where there's some writing that are currently scrolling from left to right, from right hand side to left hand side of the screen. So what that is, that's the pair we're supposed to predict, and then the format through which you're supposed to submit the prediction. So you will need to write your account number. Ensure you write your account number as it is the one you're given when you're applying for account with FreshForex, and then also ensure you've indicated the price where you expect that particular pair to close at. In this case, we have Australian dollar Swiss franc. That's all you need. So we'll start off. Let's look at the first pair, Euro USD. We've been looking at a sell on this one all along. So far, we keep recommending a sell, but nothing much is happening. So the price is pulling back up. For me, this is still a very, very good sell. We are not going to recommend a buy on this one, despite the fact that the price moved up and there's a pin bar that pointed upwards. This is still a sell. Look at it like this from the monthly. This is how the monthly chart looks like. If I put it like that, it does not make any sense, but I'll minimize it. Assuming you have a chart like that, then I draw one line that opens there and moves like this. You'll see basically the price is making lower highs. This is the highest high, then this is a lower high, then this is another lower high, then this another lower high there. Then we also have this as a lower high, and we expect that the price should try coming back up to that level before we finally see a steep move to the last. So as it is, this is still a sell. For me, this is not the best place to recommend a buy, because anytime from now the price may actually just pull back down. But if it can retrace up to this trend line, then that will be the correct place to look for a sell from. So the other reason I'm saying this a sell is because from the indicator I'm having attached on my chart, I have this one. This is called average directional movement index. To have that on your chart, the only thing you need to do is you go to insert, which is here, and then the first option should be indicator. So when you're under the insert option, the first option normally is indicator. So you should be able to click that under the insert option. Give me a second, just a second. Let me line up my chart so that we are able to see clearly what I'm saying. We have that. Display capture. Now I should be able to see my screen now completely. So to add this indicator on a screen, the best you should do, there's this option. You go to insert indicators, and then these are the list of indicators that you can see on your screen. Come here, indicators, and then you have trend indicators. Then that's the indicator I'm currently having attached on this chart is called average directional movement index. So how it works is this does like 3 lines. It has the first one, which is this. It has the green one, and there's the red one. Anytime the green one is above 25, it means, the complete line is above 25, it means there's a trend, but it does not show which trend is active. Then anytime you have the red one above the green one, like in this case, red stands for a downtrend. So the complete line means that there's an active trend, then that trend is downwards. That's what, from this point, that's what it means, that we have a downtrend, and that trend which we have a trend, correct, that trend is downwards. The opposite is true for the other one, for this one. If you have the complete line above 25 and the green one is above the red one, then it means we have a trend, that trend is upwards. So like in this case, the trend is downwards, therefore the sell we have currently said is actually a valid sell and should ensure that the price continues down up to maybe this support, and then you also have another support on the lower end, which is somewhere there. So far we are waiting for just maybe a slight retracement. We'll pick a sell up to this level, then the next one should have a take profit at 0.8419. So we'll move straight to the next chart. That should be GBP USD. So on GBP USD, we were actually looking for a buy yesterday. This is what I had on my line. I had these two moving averages. This is the slow moving average is 200, and then you have the next one, which is 50 moving average. You have also this, which is 50 moving average. So what this means is that anytime the price is above the two moving average and also above this one, then that stands for a buy. It means that the price should continue upwards. So as you can see from whatever we are seeing now, this is still upwards. We expect price to move even higher and should head straight up to this resistance. So this is also a very good monthly resistance and at the same time a very good weekly resistance. So you want to sell from this point when the price reaches there, not now. Look for a buy instead now. Expect that buy to push price up to this resistance where you'll sell it back to this trend line. So I hope that should make some little sense. We'll move to our next chart. Let's move to USD JPY. Yeah. So on USD JPY, this pair has been going just exactly as we mentioned. If you can remember, we keep recommending a buy. So far, we started buying from this level. Price went perfectly up to our zone. It continued up, broke down, came back, and will possibly close above this level. So should price close above this one, then this should be a very, very good place to place a pending buy limit around 110.78. Place your pending buy limit, have your stop loss, and the first take profit, then the last one. So this one we will have like 3 trades. The first one, which we took profits, the next one which you're going to take profits here, and then the last one which you're going to take profit at the very top, which is 117.92. So on this pair we are still upwards. Even if I was to add an indicator, I was to add this average directional movement index, we are still overally upwards. There's the green one, and there's the green one is above the red one, but the complete line is yet to cross above 25. So that means we are currently upwards, but the trend is not as active as such. So this looks upward based on price action, but from the indicator we are still yet to show signs that we are actively heading upwards. So we'll move to our next chart, and that should be SP500. And on SP500 we recommended a buy even yesterday. We had this resistance, 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 resistance. Price is still above this moving average. So this is still a buy for us. This is still a buy, especially if price can retrace back up to this level. So far, the points I'm having marked here, this one, this one, this one, this one, these are the places we have been buying from ever since. We've not recommended a sell on this one at any particular time. This is still a buy, and we still expect price to go even higher. So before I proceed, I want to say today we are predicting Australian dollar Swiss franc, so you will need to predict where the price where you expect this particular pair to close at the end of the day. If your prediction is close to the actual price, then FreshForex will give you the $30 reward for that prediction. So we'll move our charts. We'll move our charts to the next one. We have just a very good resistance. There's a break above. Price should try getting back to this level here. Then we'll pick a buy from that point up to the top, up to 2937.1. So I hope this should make sense, that we are still into buying. We still want price to give us a buy, especially when price pulls back to this level. We expect it also to be touching this moving average, this one. If that is true, then you should be looking for a buy. Ensure you buy from somewhere around this slot. This is just a resistance where price went above. We have this. So this is basically the zone where we want to be trading from. This is the zone where we want price to be trading from. A resistance. We have a break above. Price retraced, and as you can see, the price is perfectly bouncing from this moving average support. We have a support, and somehow from the 4 hours we are likely not to retrace back to the level which I've said. So if price is to come down, then this is the best place to look for a buy from. This is the closest resistance which price breached, broke above, retraced, it came back up, retraced again, it went up, and we want price to again come back again before we can pick. So a buy. A retracement like this will mean we are looking for an upward position. I think this should make some little sense, that we are buying, we are still buying, therefore there is no point for panicking. You don't have to get that trade immediately. That's still a buy for us. That's still a buy, especially if price can retrace back up to the level which you've just seen. If you find that the price has retraced back to that level, then that is going to be the very, very good place to look for a buy from. Let's move to the next chart. We'll move to Brent oil. And on Brent oil, I keep recommending a buy. There's no day I've said that this is a sell. This is still a buy for me. This is still a buy, especially if you're doing a lesser time frame. This is still a buy. And if price gets up to this level here, this one, then this is going to be the very, very good place to buy from. So we've seen price rise above this level. It pulled back down. Then it has gone up. We want it to try getting back to this level. We want price to try pulling back up to this level. This is a bit high, somewhere like this is likely. So this is the resistance. The lowest we expect price to come up to is actually here. It's here. So you want to trade this commodity correctly. You want to trade Brent oil correctly. Wait for a retracement, and the lowest it should go is here. Then you should have your stop loss right there, and then the take profit should be at this daily level. We will move to our last symbol, and that should be gold. So on gold, I keep recommending a sell, and I want to add an indicator to support my position. That's the very first indicator which I added. You can see here we had a support, a dynamic support. Then price proceeded higher. We had another dynamic support. Then instead of continuing upwards, the price went below everything. So the previous week's candle, which was this one, actually is a sell candle. It indicates that the price is likely heading down. So the best you should do is to wait for price to try pulling back up and use this indicator as a dynamic resistance so that you can sell it. So you can sell it at least risk up to this trend line. So we are still into a sell on Gold, we are still into a sell, especially if price can pull back up to somewhere here. We'll sell it, expecting price to go up to this level here. So thank you very much. That should bring us to the end of today's market overview. So far, we've looked at just all the symbols we are supposed to look at. We have gold where we've seen a sell, but only when the price around 1300.979. Then we also looked at Brent oil where there's a buy. SP500, we're also looking for a buy, especially from 2862.7. Then USDJPY, we are still buying. And then we have GBP USD where we are buying along this trend line, but we'll also wait and sell along this weekly resistance. Then Euro USD, we are still selling, but not now. We are waiting for a clear sign. So thank you very much. Write your predictions here under the chart. Let me put that down. Write your predictions. Yeah, predictions here. Write your predictions here. So thank you very much. See you again on Monday at the same time.